Hey guys, this is Doug from merchmetrics.com back with another video. In this one, I'm going to go through how I did my Merch by Amazon research before I started using Merch Informer. This is sort of a if you don't want to use paid tools, like how can you do kind of the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and jump onto the computer and we'll dive right into how I did my research before I started using Merch Informer. Alright, so I have just jumped back onto the computer. I have on the left-hand side of my screen a Google document. This is a Google, just a regular Google Sheets. So you go to sheets.google.com, open a blank document. It's a totally free service by Google. If you're not familiar, they have like a whole Office suite of applications that you can use absolutely for free. There's Sheets, slides, documents. They probably have a database. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of applications. It's all web-based. It's saved in the cloud, so you don't have to worry about having access to this later. You don't have to worry about filling up your computer with a bunch of screenshots. So we're just going to use a couple of things. Now, the only thing you need in your Chrome window is you have to make sure that you've installed the DS Amazon Quick View extension. If you don't have that already installed, go ahead and search for DS Amazon Quick View extension and install that to your Google Chrome. Just by going to the Google Chrome Web Store and adding it here. Mine says mine says remove from Chrome because I already have it added. But you should definitely go ahead and add this. It's one of the best tools there is for doing your research on Amazon.com. So go ahead and install that. What that's going to do is now when you search for anything on Amazon, you're going to see in the search results the BSRs or the bestseller ranks, the number that indicates how well an item sells. So now we just need to find some merch designs. I usually start by just searching for any t-shirt and then looking for the mock-up that signifies that it is a Merch by Amazon design. So I'll go ahead and just do that really quickly. So we'll look for police support t-shirt, and just because we always use the police for my examples, it seems like on this channel, you can see now if you're looking at the results, you have something a little different. If you're not used to using DS Amazon Quick View, you will now see that there's this little box below each of the listings that tells you the BSR or the bestseller rank. The lower the BSR, the better. If you have any questions about BSR, I have a whole video on how BSR works, and you can check that out in the cards above. But as you can see, we know that this shirt here that shows the to view, that's definitely not a Merch by Amazon design. Looks like these are. They always use the same mock-up. There's a little bit different mock-ups depending on if it's the standard t-shirt or the premium t-shirt, but you should know from looking at your own designs which mock-up you're looking for, and it's this one right here. So we can go ahead and click that. And the only reason I'm clicking into this design is because I want to go ahead and find some unique text that is on all of the Merch by Amazon designs so that I can quickly filter out all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this bottom section here, this lightweight classic fit double needle sleeve and bottom hem. This is on every Merch by Amazon design. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that in, and then I'm going to start looking for different niches. So you can see the common search terms, things that people are looking for: bowling, yoga, t-shirts, 2020, police, dog, and Biden are all very common and popular. So we can go ahead and look. I searched for Biden. It's an election year. It's going to be super saturated by this point. But people are making a lot of money selling shirts that basically, celebrate or ridicule one or the other candidate. No political judgments here. So whichever side you're on, good for you. But you can make money selling shirts. So as I go down through here, I can just see what the BSRs are. Say, will you shut up, man? Okay, so that's from the debate the other night. This is probably a good design to go for, or a good quote to go for, because it's kind of funny, and it's something that can't really be trademarked or copyrighted. Nobody owns it, so you can see that a lot of people have already jumped on this one, and they're doing very well, it looks like. So let's say I find a design that I think is good. I'm just going to open up my snipping tool, and I just start taking snips of shirts that I like, that are in a niche that I like. Now, this won't give me the bullets or keywords, but I'm really just looking for ideas. I just paste these into my Google Sheet. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm in a little bit too close. I want to get more per page, so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And then I can go ahead and hide my snip until I find the next design I like. Let's say I like, let's find a good one. Everyone wants to use that silly sunset, even for this. Let's say I like this one with the glasses, so I'll go ahead and snip that one too. I'll just hit new, snip that. I don't know what you'd use on Apple because I don't use Apple computers. I assume they have something very similar. You can move these around, kind of put them wherever you want. And I know based on the BSRs, even when I start to do my designing, that look, this shirt is quite a bit more popular than the one with the glasses. So simple text on this one seems to be what's selling. And a whole lot of them are selling. I mean, they're selling very, very well. It's probably too late now to jump on this one. Let's go ahead and find some other niches. Let's look for truck driver. Over 1,000 results, to be expected. So let's say you're a Democrat and you're a truck driver. 99 results and none of them are shirts. So I don't know how many like long haul truck drivers are Democrats, but this is an underserved niche if you wanted to combine a couple of niches. But there's no examples for us for design, so let's keep looking. Let's say maybe we want to look for for some reason I always gravitate towards professions lately, but let's say needlepoint and Republican. I'm just guessing here. We did find something, but it has nothing to do with either one of those things. Let's go back and let's just say look for nurse, Democrat. We're getting merch designs, but these niches that I'm searching for are definitely not super popular. This one, this one's funny. It says it's a Nancy Pelosi funny social distancing. I guess this is a right-wing shirt for lying liberals. She's the virus. Which is kind of funny. Let's see. Make lying wrong again. Another political shirt. This nasty nurse votes. So there you go. There's a good one. Because it's taking the nasty woman quote. It's also, so you know this is a Democrat, but also pulling in the profession. So you got the nurse. So you got at least two niches there that you're combining. So that's awesome. This one is probably a good one, so let's go ahead and snip that one. I'll just do this really quickly, and again, I just am really looking for ideas. I don't necessarily want to copy any of these. I just want to look for things that are selling. Now this one's 570,000. That's pretty good considering you have to be a nurse and and be anti-Trump probably to purchase that shirt. Although voting is hopefully not a partisan thing. Nurses for Biden-Harris. So somebody's already had an idea similar. I don't see there's nurses for Biden. I don't see a lot though. It's very few. So that would definitely be a pretty good niche. Looks like nurses for Trump not selling as well. Although this shirt is super hard to read, and the for something you could definitely improve that. The flag I think is good. The nurse hat is recognizable, but then it's not readable in the middle. I guess that's a star. I don't know. The blue color on black looks terrible too. I would do that one in all white probably. Make it really easy to read. If people can't read a shirt, they're not gonna buy it. Let's see. Nurses for Biden-Harris. Nurses for Biden-Harris. What's that one? Pelosi sucks. So you see tons of political shirts. I tried to stay away. I had in the last election, I had some Trump shirts actually taken down, and I honestly to this day don't know why. It was like the 8645 shirts way back when he had first been elected, and I don't know why they were taken down. So I've sort of stayed away from political stuff since then. I like this one right here. This one is easy to read. Has a very good design. I like how maybe that's from his campaign. I don't know, but I really like the way the colors work together. I like that it's very easy to read. Definitely put that one in here. And now we're going down a rabbit hole. There's only 143. I mean, and this one's selling at 457,000. It's probably selling a couple times a day. So this is definitely a niche that you could use. Let's go look for something else. Let's look for teachers for Biden. I don't know why I am so stuck on political stuff right now, but I guess it's just because that's what's on the news. That's what I see and hear about the most. There's some good designs in here. It looks like a lot of things are selling. Yeah, I think this one could be improved. Especially the text at the bottom, a little spread out, a little hard to read. Probably would wrap all the way around you, and from the front, I think it's just the design's too big. Teachers for Biden Harris, that one's pretty good. I mean, this tank top is a good design. Sorry, every time I mouse over it, I get the pop up from DS Amazon Quick View trying to get me to buy it. You can see price history and see if things are how the BSR has been changing in a graph if you pay, but you don't need to. Hiding from Biden, that's funny. Yeah. So anyway, teachers for Biden. How many designs do we have here? 173. Teachers for Biden, also a good one. Teachers for Trump, probably also a good one. Let's see. How many do we get? 259. So more teachers for Trump than there were teachers for Biden. But I don't know how many of these are just have a keyword or something, but aren't necessarily super relevant to teachers. It doesn't look like many of these have anything to do with teachers. So you could definitely hit this niche. This is a really good one, really good design. Not something that just anyone could put together. You do something elaborate like that. Again, I think it's too big, but do something like that, and you definitely will make sales. The 8645. I mean, that's a pretty. Again, a lot of these I just think are too big, but I guess if you can't see it, you can't buy it because you won't understand what it is. Teachers for Trump 2020. This one's selling pretty well. I definitely would take a snip of that just because I like the colors. Oops. And that will sometimes happen. So I moused over, I hit snip, and it caught the page. It like freezes the page with that mouse over active, which you don't want. So I'm just going to grab this one. And I'll just kind of like let this take me down whatever rabbit hole it wants to, and grab a whole bunch of ideas. You can see almost all of these are just text designs, so that you could make these easily without being an artist. I've called out a few that were better, but better designs are more elaborate, but they don't have to be. So bowling looks like very popular, but let's see, what else could we say to narrow down bowling? Oh, I don't know. How about Vegas weekend? My buddy just got back from Vegas. So you want to buy it for like a trip with a family member or something. So Vegas weekend shirt, like you taking a Vegas weekend trip to Vegas, only 177 designs. Looks like, yeah, girls trip to Vegas 2020. Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind, something like that. Girls trip 2020. Let's see if any of these are selling. I don't know. No excuse for animal abuse. I don't know. That's the ASPCA. So probably not something you want to emulate. A lot of birthday Vegas shirts, so that's something you could consider. Rolling in Vegas for my 30th birthday. I mean, I'm sure any momentous birthday you could add that for. I'm gonna grab that one just because you could use any popular destination. Where I live in the country, Vegas is popular, but I used to live on the East Coast, and Atlantic City was popular. So I mean, you could definitely do Atlantic City, like for the weekend, for a guy's trip to Atlantic City. Let's just put Atlantic City in here. Queens are from Atlantic City. So it looks like Atlantic City, not nearly, only 95 results. Let's see if I mess it up. Yeah, Atlantic City weekend, Atlantic City trip. Let's put in trip. Yeah, definitely girls' trip to Atlantic City. There's a couple. No rank, that one's never sold. Atlantic City, New Jersey, that one's sold. Casino Grandma. I mean, that seems. Let's look for slot machines. Because I know a lot of people love to play slots, right? Slot machine, 254 results. That's nothing. That is nothing. I mean, you definitely, some of these, like Casino Time, the chips are pretty easy graphics to create. That one's sold. It's about 1 million BSR. A lot of these are a lot simpler. I mean, this one is just simple text effects, and then some rectangles. I mean, it looks elaborate, but really, if you look up on YouTube how to make this reflection effect, it's not a difficult effect. It's something you could easily do. Arcade games, like classic arcade games, that could definitely be. I mean, you can't use the arcade game, but you could definitely use the image of a arcade machine. This gambler shirt's pretty cool. I'm sure you could come up with something for Vegas. This one's pretty elaborate, and I don't know. It sells fairly well, but I think kind of hard to read. Might look better on though. Let's see what else. Bluff Daddy. So like poker humor. I bought this shirt with your money. I mean, that's a funny saying, right? And that shirt's selling like crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that one. I mean, it could be a lot of things, right? I bought this car with your money. I bought this prime rib with your money, or whatever. Uh, there's a machinist shirt. Let's look up machinist. I mean, I don't know why that came out of slot machine. I guess because of machine. Machinist 567 results. Although we're getting at least some of the results are not shirts. We could refine the search, but we'll just look through. CNC machinist is like a sub niche of machinist. It's like a machinist who programs a computer to run the CNC machine. But that's pretty cool. I like the color. It's pretty easy to read. It's elaborate. You could make something simpler and probably with a similar type of color. Maybe not this teal color, but maybe something else. Maybe in the red. Let's see what else. Professional button pusher. I mean, this could be anything. I mean, anyone who pushes buttons for a living. Anyway, you kind of get the idea. So, like, I went and did research for a few minutes. What's it been? About 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I got 6 or 7 different niches. Now, maybe I don't use any of these actual designs to create my own design that's similar, but I mean, clearly this quote is very popular. If you came up with a good design, you could certainly sell that. Vegas and birthdays, you could come up with probably 30 shirts that were all different birthdays. This one's selling pretty cheap, but 1 million BSR is not bad. Teachers for Trump, this one's selling pretty well. I would definitely look at doing something like that. I would just change the exact same shirt, make it teachers for Biden or teachers for Harris or whatever. But that's pretty much how I did my research before I used Merchant Former. Now, If you are interested in seeing the other video, I will go ahead and link it at the end of the video here. I still think that Merchant Former is the easiest way. I mean, you can save all of these into a favorites group, and then you wouldn't have to worry about saving all these pictures. You wouldn't have to worry about a file. You'd have everything in one place. If you are interested in Merchant Former, I have a coupon code down in the description below to save you 20% off your order. But you know, you don't need it. You can definitely do anything you can do with Merchant Former. You can do without Merchant Former using free tools. Hope this video helps you, and we'll see you in the next video.